Chocolate cream pie, Chef Al's kitchen. Look at that. I hope you enjoy. Remember, smell the basil. Welcome to Chef Al's kitchen. If you're looking for cooking, this is the place to be. Today's recipe is going to be a chocolate cream pie. Because you know what season it is? It's pie season. So let's get to cooking in Chef Al's kitchen. Chef Al here. Number one Al's rule is you need a pie crust. Always need a pie crust for a pie. Duh. Okay, Chef Al here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start mixing up this pie crust first, because that's the first thing we need to do in this pie crust or this pie recipe. So we're going to start making the pie crust and get it baking in the oven right away. Let's start making a pie. Okay, here's my ingredients for my pie crust. What I've got is 3 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt. Now you're gonna mix that all in there real good. And then what you're next gonna do is you're gonna incorporate the shortening, which is 1 1/4 cups of shortening. So what I'm gonna do is here, I'll take a fork and I'll incorporate this all in, and you want this into like a crumbly mixture. After this is to a dry crumbly mixture, what you're going to do is add your liquid to it, which is 1 egg, 6 tablespoons of water, and 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And vinegar is what makes your pie crust tender. By the way, this is the easiest pie crust in the whole wide world. Number one Al's rule, don't overmix the crust. Okay, here's my mixture. As you can see, it's a crumbly mixture. And what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna add the liquid part to this pie crust and then mix it up, incorporate it, and then we're gonna form this crust. Okay, here's my pie crust. I've mixed it all up and I've rolled this into two balls. And this is basically for a 2 crust pie, or you can use it for 2 cream pies. And when you're making a cream pie, you always cook the crust first, and I'll show you how to. I'm going to roll that out in just a second here, and then I'm going to refrigerate this for about half an hour, 45 minutes to get it nice and cold, so it'll roll out real nice. Then what I've done also is I've put this in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator. Okay, don't get any better than chocolate cream pie. Chef Al here. So I'm at the stove again because that's where I live. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start this recipe. And what I've got here is I have 1 quart of half and half in here heating up, and I'm gonna get that to a nice temperature. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add. I have 8 egg yolks to this. So here's my egg yolks. I'm going to add them right in there. One thing you want to make sure you do is always keep this stirred so you don't scramble the eggs in your cream pie mixture. Okay. There's my yolks. My yolks are in there. No yolk. Now we're gonna take my trusty thing, and we're gonna mix that up in there real nice. Now that I've got that in there, what I'm gonna do is add a 1/4 cup of cornstarch mixed with water in there also. Don't be afraid to get your fingers in there. Okay. Okay, I've got that in there now. I'm going to stir that up. And 1 cup of sugar. 2 tablespoons of vanilla. 1, 2. I can count. So we got that in there. Now we're going to get this to a boil, and then so it heats up, and then it'll thicken up to the right consistency to add to that pie shell. Meanwhile, the pie dough is over in the refrigerator and it's cooling, and we're going to get to rolling that out and pre-baking that. So what you want to do is you want to pre-bake your shells beforehand. Actually, you can do that a day ahead if you'd like. And number one house rule: always prep ahead. Always keep stirring so you don't scramble those eggs in there and thicken that up. I always stir stuff. After this thickens, we're gonna add my chocolate chips to that after it's already thickened, and they'll just melt right in there. And so remember, Chef Al's Kitchen, remember, smell the basil. Just tasting this. Oh my God. Yeah, we're almost there. So there's that pie. You can see that that mixture thickening up. Make sure you keep stirring this, because otherwise you don't want any lumps. You want a nice smooth texture to your pastry cream. As you can see, I've got a toothpick standing right up in there. So that tells you that is the right thickness there. Now what I'm going to add is 2 ounces of butter to this and let it melt right in there. Nothing but flavor. Okay, now I've got my my cream in here. I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of grass-fed butter in there. Just plop it right in there. Let that flavor all mix in there. And you can see this is nice and smooth. And then we're going to let that butter melt in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to shut that fan off so you can hear. Okay, you can hear me now. So there it is, and I've melted that butter in there. And now for the chocolate cream part, I'm going to put my chocolate chips in there. Just dump them right in. That's 1 cup of chocolate chips. Mix it in there. Let it all melt. You see how easy that melts in there? And pretty soon we'll have our chocolate cream pie mixture. And then we're going to dump that right into the pie shell. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cook off that pie crust. And there's my chocolate cream filling to go in that pie. Oh my God, look at that. Nothing but the best. Okay, here's my my pie dough. I'm going to dredge that in a little bit of flour. Then I'm going to start sprinkling some flour over the top of this, and we're going to roll this out and then fit it in the pie dish. Put a little flour over the top, spread that out, and just start rolling till you get about the same size as the pie crust, or the pie dish, I mean. I'm gonna roll that out to about, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Roll it out. See how easy that rolls? It's nice and cold coming out of the refrigerator. So don't get any better than that. All right, we're gonna roll this out, and then we're gonna get it to the same shape as the pie dish. And this is a 9-inch pie crust. What we're gonna do, and you want it about maybe 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick. That's about the thickness you want right there. Now we're gonna put this in the pie shell, the pie dish, I mean. Now we're gonna roll that out, get that flour out of the way, and we're gonna put that right in there. Roll that like that, halfway, and then make sure you get it even all the way across, like this. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna crimp the edges. We'll take a knife, and what I usually do is I'll cut this around the edges, cut it all around the edge, just like that. Now we're going to crimp the edges up. Make sure that's nice and flat. And I take like this, and we're going to that. Take your finger and then one finger and then like that. You're gonna love it. Make sure it's nice. And you can see that pie crust? Oh my God, look at that. All right, now what you wanna do is you wanna take a fork, and because you're cooking this pie crust ahead of time to stop the pie crust from bubbling up. So here I'm gonna just take my fork and do this. All the way around. Now we're going to shove that in the oven for 10 minutes at 450 degrees. Okay, here's my leftover pie crust that I did for, it's a double crust pie. I have this left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the freezer and save it for another day. Number 1 house rule, save stuff for the next day. Okay, that pie crust is all done. It's golden brown. Number 1 house rule, golden. Remember that word. That's the key word, golden. So here we go. There's the crust. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna put the chocolate mixture in the inside of this. And here's my chocolate, the chocolate cream. It's going right in here. Look at that. Beautiful. It's like real smooth, there's no lumps. That's why you have to keep stirring it so there's no lumps in it. And it's gonna go right on top of there. What you're gonna wanna do is save the rest of this so you can lick the pan. Then I'm going to take and smooth this all out like right here. And I'll show you this. Up close. There's that. Look at that. Isn't that great? Okay. So now what you're going to want to do, this pie is basically done. You're going to stick it in the refrigerator and let it cool overnight, because you don't want to put the whipped cream on top until it's totally cool. So kind of like me, totally cool. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator, and I'll see you tomorrow. Chocolate cream pie, Chef Al's kitchen. Look at that. I hope you enjoy. Remember, smell the basil.